Hey, welcome back to the Adventure Archive. We thought we'd do this fun little video featuring one of our favorite games here on the channel, and that is Dragonbane. They just launched, at the time of this recording, their Kickstarter for the Book of Magic and Arkand, the city of, what is it, Waves and Flames? Did I get
Waves
that right?
and Flames.
I don't have it up on my screen, just what you guys are saying. So we thought we would give you a little overview of the Kickstarter, why we're excited about it, having played the entirety of the Secret of the Dragon, or the Dragon Emperor campaign that lasted, what, 49 episodes, something like that, 47? Let's just say I ran that game for over a year. So anyway, we're stoked because this is a new release. We haven't even hit Path of Glory yet, but let's get into it, shall we? We're going to start at the top and just kind of work our way down and give you guys some commentary. So first and foremost, you guys should totally back this because there is an early pledge bonus. If you back within the first 48 hours, you're going to get a bonus art print, the cover of Arkand City of Waves and Flames in the Book of Magic. Your choice. And this is only applying to, of course, pledge levels with physical rewards. Here's some awesome cover art. I don't know if you have any commentary on the cover art yet, Joey.
It's
Awesome.
really cool. Yeah. I love how Sword and Sorcery, the Book of Magic looks. And honestly, Arkand looks Sword and Sorcery too.
Yeah, definly. I love the color palettes too. They're kind of cohesive, which is interesting.
Yep.
Because if you guys didn't know, this is a double feature, two books, one Kickstarter. But yeah, I'm digging the artwork by Johan Arkand. It looks like this Maller's got like some crazy metallic armor helm. That's kind of cool. I've always wondered, I think we had we had discussions while we were running Dragonbane. What does it look like when a Mallard wears a helm? It looks like we got our answer now. So moving on down, we got some cool spreads here of
just a
Arkand.
quick
thing. Go for it.
So that early pledge bonus, the two sheets you get that are, well, I was just going to say that it says 216 by 279 millimeters. That's like a standard sheet of paper in the US.
Oh, like 8.5 by 11. So small.
Yeah, that's 8.5 by 11. Yep.
Yeah.
Just so people know.
Yeah, we don't go by millimeters in America over here.
We measure by bald eagles.
We do. So we'll get more into that when we talk about pricing for all the pledge levels as well. So cool spreads, Arkand. We can see the famous David Brascala, his art. I recognize that from the bestiary, his style. I'll get down these. Yes, we know Dragonbane has won awards. Don't forget, download the Quickstart, which includes some pre-generated characters, which we ran on the stream way back. I'm assuming it's Rittermound. I haven't downloaded this to see, but I can only imagine it's the Rittermound adventure. And here's what I'm excited for, early access. So a few months after the Kickstarter ends, all backers will get early access to beta PDFs of Arkand City of Waves and Flames and the Book of Magic months ahead. So I don't know if this is going to line up with our Path of Glory campaign, unfortunately, because I don't want to wait months. It'd be cool if it was like right after, then it would be kind of around the time, but it's going to be great. I don't know. Maybe we'll figure something out while the campaign's going on. Maybe we could, like, if one of you guys are magic users, we can swap out some spells.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're going to speed run through Path of Glory. we didn't tell you. Yeah. We're going to speed run it. Yeah.
Gonna do it.
We're going to all be knights. We're going to all take the feats that just let us parry and counter-strike. We're just going to plow right through those monsters. I don't know. I'm excited for Path of Glory.
Yeah, I am too, because it's a different format, and I'm really curious to see how long it takes to get there. So next up, we got Unlock Master Archelius. He's the most remarkable man in the city has ever known. Folks say he's unlocked the secrets to nature itself and can tame any beast, but he prefers to leave the catching part to others and pays handsomely for it. Who knows what monsters he keeps locked in his dungeons. And we're a little bit late, because they've been blowing through stretch goals like mad. I forgot to look at how much they're over 300K right now, and I could see this campaign going maybe very close to 1 million. That's my prediction. I'm going to say 800,000. What do you think?
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. I would love for it to hit 1 million.
1 million, because there's always like a huge bump in the beginning, and then it kind of like tapers off, and the last 48 hours are just crazy. For you Swedes out there,
miniature
there will be,
is cool.
Yeah, man, look at it. It's super clean. I know that's a 3D print, so that's not an actual like what you're going to get. So there's probably going to lose a little bit of detail, but I love the transition from the artwork, the translation from the artwork. It's really nice.
And it sounds like we get to play Pokemon in this campaign.
What do you mean?
Well, he says he prefers catching of monsters to others.
Yeah, true. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Swedes, of course, it'll be in Swedish. I'm sure that's what that says. I can't read that. And then there's also Deluxe Gicle prints. So if you guys want some even fancier ones and larger ones. So the other ones were, 8.5 by 11? These are 19 by 27. And printed on Hanamühle, German viewers out there, etching paper. And they're going to be signed and numbered. So Ryan from the Weekly Scroll actually gifted me one of Johann's prints, and they are very fine quality. I can only imagine it's probably the same paper. So it's really really beautiful color and paper. So that's
a really good quality paper. I'm familiar with it. Yeah, when I worked with printing companies, that's very good poundage paper, high quality.
A lot of
That's the kind of paper like it's got a good thickness to it. That's the kind of paper that museums, when they want to make a replica of something that's like significant, they typically print it on that kind of paper. We printed stuff for museums all the time. Nice. So it's good paper.
Good. All right. Well, now finally we're down to the books. So Arkand, the City of Waves and Flames. I'll briefly cover this and why I'm excited for it. Because it's not just another region, it's a large, sprawling city, but it has as many, I believe, adventure sites as the entirety of the Secret of the Dragon Emperor campaign, which means, definitely, we're going to be running this campaign as a campaign on the channel. I think Joey has expressed an interest in running this campaign. Right?
I think I might would enjoy it, yeah.
Nice.
I think, that might be a thing.
That might be a thing. Stay tuned, everybody. So while it's not like, while it's not quote unquote a campaign, there are as many adventure sites with campaign hooks. But anyway, I'll just read it briefly. Newcomers, welcome to Arkand, the City of Waves and Flames. We've got everything you could possibly want. Bloody gladiator games with monstrous beasts and late nights of enchanting song? Check. Shady taverns, dark gambling dens, and even darker dungeons? You bet. The world's finest tailors, greatest blacksmiths, and most talented sorcerers? Absolutely. Buried artifacts from the Draconic Empire, lost pirate treasures, and newly made fortunes. There we go, I can read. Right for the taking, guaranteed. But tread carefully. Arkand has sharp teeth, and you won't be alone in your quest. Speaking of sharp teeth, there's some cool character art right here. I love this lady on the left. She's got one of those faces, and one of those bodies. She commands attention. It's funny. The first thing I thought of, even though she looks nothing like this, is the Lady of Pain from the Planescape campaign setting from way back in the AD&D 2nd edition. I just got that vibe immediately because she just seems like she's,
No, yeah, that is the vibe for sure.
Yeah, commanding power. And I don't know who this guy is over here.
He's a Karkion.
Karkion, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Which actually Matt's played a Karkion briefly in the campaign. So
yep.
No idea who this guy is, but he looks cool.
Just real quick, if I were to run this game,
yes,
I have no idea what it's supposed to be like, but just by looking at the cover art, I feel like if everyone was up for it, I would run this adventure to be like the villain campaign.
Oh, like an evil campaign. Okay.
Yeah, like you guys would be, maybe not the most vicious of villains, but this looks like it would be perfect for a more dubious campaign.
Kind of, yeah. Because you're in a city. I like how they set the city on the seaside too, on the ocean.
Yeah.
So those
are the best cities.
Totally. Yeah, that'd be cool. I guess we'll have to see what the adventure sites appear to be and how much modification they'd require to do that. But more David Brascalia, beautiful artwork as well, intermixed with Johann stuff. And so here's a brief description of what to expect. So from the Citadel of Broken Wings in the Temple of True Fire high atop Dragon Rock to the Witless Unicorn Tavern and the Cracked Pearl Gambling Den deep in the slums of the Dung. That's cool. Must stink there. The city of Arkand pulses with excitement, conflict, rumors, and the promise of adventure, wealth, power, and glory. So this is what I was talking about. This book features over a dozen adventure sites spread across 5 districts, along with a number of campaign seeds and even more adventure sites available to be unlocked, which they will, guaranteed they will be.
Yeah.
So this could, I'm really curious how big the adventure sites are going to be. If it is like multiple buildings, because I'm trying to think of like in Secret of the Dragon Emperor, there was like, there was dungeons but they weren't massive sprawling adventure sites. So I could see this being just as lengthy as that campaign.
I see this probably being more of a sandbox campaign.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what Secret of the Dragon Emperor is as well. Like, I mean, there is like an ultimate goal, but maybe this is even more sandboxy because there's not like a North Star, so to speak. There's not just some kind of overarching thing.
Not mentioned so far anyway, but I could totally see this being run as like a type of like Gangs of New York type of thing. Because if there's 5 distinct districts, well, then that means I'm going to make 5 distinct gangs that are fighting over territory, and this book is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how it's set up, and I love that it's and Free League's notorious for this, making books like the Bestiary, where it's not just a list of monsters, it's like a full adventure suite, if you want to call it that. So even though this is technically like a quote unquote setting book for the city Arkand, it's definitely got a lot of potential for a campaign. But yeah, it sounds like there's a fierce power struggle in the city's underworld. Take on the role of demon hunters. That sounds cool, and uncover secrets about Arkand's storied past. So sounds pretty damn cool. It is written by, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, but also if unlocked stretch goal, this book will also include a large separate, maps, which I believe they've already unlocked that as well. So before we move on to the Book of Magic, we got a fancy cloth map, which Joe and I were debating about on the side.
Yeah. See, the artist for the map, she's amazing. She did some of the other Dragonbane maps too, I believe. And but she also drew the map for the very popular video game Octopath Traveler.
Oh,
so the first time I saw her map for Dragonbane, I was like, that looks really similar. So I was like, who did the art? And then I was like, oh shit, this is great. I love the artwork.
Yeah, I should have cross-referenced, but I think you're right. I mean, the style looks very similar to the Misty Vale map and also the Path of Glory stuff, so I wouldn't doubt it.
But yeah, we were debating on getting it.
Yeah, we were. It's pricey. As you guys know, at least me anyway, all of my gaming, 99% of my gaming happens with these guys on this channel. So while cloth maps are cool, I'm going to try to be financially responsible this time around, but we'll see. At least we'll have the paper map.
And 40 by 30 inches, that's like a throw blanket.
Yeah.
That's a good 100%. Size cloth map. So.
All right, man. Well, I will hand it off to you for the Book of Magic because you have played a mage.
The Book of Magic. All right. Awesome cover.
Yeah.
Love the sorceress. Clearly a necromancer. She's got risen undead in front of her. Some kind of demonic creature. Looks like what are those things called in other games? Scary. We'll just call it scary.
It's like a panther looking thing, but it also has that. I think I know what you're talking. Displacer beast. Is that what you're looking for from D&D?
Yeah, that's similar. Man.
They got the like tentacles or something.
Yeah, displacer beasts have those, but there's also kind of like some kind of demonic dog that often shows up. Not the hellhound, something else. But it says, summon a swarm of demonic beetles and send them to attack the targets of your choice. Produce booming disharmonies with your voice or fiddle. I know how commas work. Causing the enemy to squirm in harmful agony. Counterattack those who threaten you in the form of a roaring bear, or even a screeching griffin, or summon an entire troop of skeletal warriors to obey your every command. So I actually did not read any of this this morning when it dropped because I knew we were going to be doing this. So this is pretty sweet. Looks like you got druid-like magic coming in.
Yeah.
Here's some nice artwork. Oh, that's a cute cat. That looks like my cat. So let's see. More magic, new schools of magic, stronger magic. That's stronger magic. They must have added ranks.
Yeah.
This is what you'll find between the covers of the Book of Magic, adding at least 5 new schools of magic to your Dragonbane game, including Armanism. I'm reading that right, yeah? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Armanism, Demonology, Necromancy, Witchcraft, and Illusionism, as well as new spells for the existing schools of General Magic, Animism, Elementalism, and Mentalism.
And Dragonbane sorely needed this. I feel like the magic is my biggest complaint. Not the system. I love the system, but the spell selection and the schools. It's, especially when you have like a campaign, multiple campaigns out already, like it can feel repetitive, unfortunately, if you're playing magic users left and right. But
it says all featured schools of magic come with a wide range of spells, which now come in 5 ranks. Ooh. Each school is also described with information about their practitioners, station, and reputation in the world, and what kind of
Spiritus.
Oh, yeah, goodness. That's a tongue twister with unintentionally. Their members typically summon. In addition to that, you will find insights into where and how you can acquire tutoring in the spells of the schools. Right? Looks like mentalism.
Yeah.
Caster right there.
Psionics, perhaps.
Yeah.
A different system.
The magic schools and their spells are the focus and main attraction of the Book of Magic. And if this Kickstarter campaign goes well,
it will.
Which it will. The list of new schools may grow even longer.
Damn.
Other types of content. Yeah. We'll get there. Other types of content may also be unlocked as stretch goals. For example, a chapter about magical items, which Dragonbane, I think it needed more.
Yes. Yep. 100%. Because it's like there's no rules regarding how to treat magic items, how to identify them if you need to, and so on and so forth. So it's good to have that.
Yep. The Book of Magic is written by Matthias Johns. It's probably pronounced differently because there's 2 S's.
Yeah. Well, we are hacking. We are hacking these names up. Matthias Jonsson. That's probably how they add. They love to emphasize. I've been to Sweden. I'm wearing my. Hey, if there's any Swedes watching, I got a Bastard Burgers T-shirt from the Bastard Burgers place in Gothenburg. I really wanted a T-shirt, and I walked in. Sorry for the side tangent, but they weren't selling any, and I was like, "Oh man, like I'm not from here, clearly." And then the guy behind the counter is like, I can go grab you one of the worker shirts if you want. And I was like, hell yeah. So this not only is an authentic Bastard Burgers t-shirt, but a bunch of people probably wore this shirt. Thankfully, it was washed. So I can probably just show up and walk behind the counter like I work there now.
Yeah, that's funny.
But anyway, Matthias, he's created Symbaroum, which is, I got all the books back here, and it's my favorite campaign setting of all time.
I've never heard of it.
Oh man, we might have to play it.
Yeah, we should play it. Let's see. More names I can't pronounce, but very good writers, obviously, because you got the Dragonbane core set person who is co-writer and editor, and they illustrated by our favorite for this series, and David Brazgala. Yeah, I felt confident with that one. Very good.
But it might be David Brazgala. Be something like that.
It might be. It probably is.
It probably is.
I love the artwork for these games. If we scroll right down underneath that, and we have like 2 spreads here, looks like they're summoning some kind of demon face.
Yeah, the second one, yeah.
That's pretty cool. But I will let you take over for the collector's editions.
Collector's editions. Now, the funny thing about these, so they've released these before. So they're exclusive to the campaign. They are in limited supply. So if you guys look at the rewards, they will tell you how many of these are left over, because it sounds like that they're only printing 1 run. So there's even some Path of Glory collector's edition left over, the core book. And I've always debated, because I often will get the collector's editions like I did with the Alien Kickstarter, but I just love Johann's art so much. I like the full color approach to it versus the kind of one color embossed.
That was my literal issue when I first bought the core rulebook. You know, they had plenty of the special editions, but I'm like, I really want to see the colors, you know, the whole palette of that book when I grab it. So as much as the collector's editions are cool because, you know, they have some kind of leather-like binding to them and stuff, the full artwork is just really nice. And I wanted to see that every time I grab the book. So,
100%.
These are cool.
So they're cool. But yeah, I just love the artwork in this game so much that it'd be tough to go that route. But anyway, virtual tabletops, how we play, you guys know it. Foundry, thankfully. And Patrick P, if you're watching out there, I can almost guarantee you, I didn't ask him, but I can almost guarantee you he's the developer behind the Foundry ones anyway. But it's also coming to Alchemy, which is cool for you Alchemy people out there. I tried it, not a huge fan of it. I never ran a game in it, but I opened it up and, you know, whatever system, checked it out. It's pretty, but I prefer Foundry's functionality much more. All right, stretch goals. We're here.
Yeah.
So you guys can see on the screen how many they've already unlocked. We got the paper map of Arkand already. So we're going to get those. We also got symbolism for the School of Magic School Symbolism. Another adventure site, the Hull Cleaver, which looks like a ship. So that could be cool.
A magical ship of ducks.
Ship of ducks, mallards. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of crazy evil-looking mallards. Yeah, you know, it's funny. Speaking of mallards, I wasn't really sure how I'd feel about them until I saw that it's on the cover of the rule book that comes with the box set, but the art by Johan with the thief, like kind of dropping down. The Darkwing Duck one? The Darkwing Duck, man. I saw that and I was like, okay, mallards are pretty cool. Because I'm like, what is their obsession with Donald Duck? Because if you go over to Sweden and Denmark area, they love Donald Duck, man. They love their ducks, their mallards. So you'll go to comic book stores and see just all kinds of Donald Duck stuff in there. It's weird.
Yep.
Adventure site already. Guild of Waves been unlocked. And then, of course, the Master Achilles.
You skipped the magical items.
No, I said magical items.
Oh, did you?
Did I? Maybe I didn't.
No. We went from talking about pirate ducks.
Yeah, so we got magical items unlocked. We got adventure site with this like brute right here, another mallard.
Yep.
Another tough guy. Guild of Waves. And of course, the miniature has been unlocked. And guess what, guys? There's no more stretch goals yet. They've all been unlocked. There's going to be way more, guaranteed. They're going to add more. It's just the day of.
They can add more?
Oh, yeah. They often do. Yeah, so there will most likely be more. We only unlocked one school of magic, right? So I can imagine they have some other schools.
Oh.
I don't know why they don't just put this. Maybe it's a marketing thing. But they know, I think they've run enough of these to know about how much money they're going to make. But maybe it's just like they want to tease it out. I don't know.
I wanted to ask you about this, like your opinions, and I'll share mine. I have always thought it was strange that Kickstarters do this kind of thing at all. Because I guess maybe because I'm more old school, like the same thing with video games. Like if you're going to make a game, sell me the whole damn game from the get-go. Why do I have to meet certain conditions to get the rest of it? But I get why they do it, but it's still always a tiny little bit in the back of my mind. I'm like, you wouldn't really not release it just because, right? You know, like I always wondered why this became a popular thing. Yeah. You know?
Like, they have other schools of magic written out.
Right.
But I can understand there's printing costs involved. There's art costs involved. Maybe they have the content written, but they need to pay the layout and the designer to add some more pages or the artist to make some more artwork. But yeah, if you guys have run Kickstarters out there, let us know. Is this pure just kind of like to create a hype train and tease this stuff out, or is there actual like financial reasons behind it? I understand when it's like, hey, we'll change the paper quality, or we'll add some ribbons to the books or something where that does cost more printing. But yeah, I don't know. I'd be curious to know, especially from Kickstarters like this, which are really, really big. So reward summary. This is just a table of everything you guys get at different price points. And just so you guys know, it's all in the Swedish crown. So you got to convert to USD. Quickstarter, I don't have a screen captured right here, but it'll tell you. A quick fix is, yeah, see, it's 0.10. So it's basically almost 10%, a little bit more. So it's easy to figure out. Yeah, all the rewards are, you can just get the books one by one. You can get the core set. That's what I got. I think that's what you got too, Joey, right? The double book.
Sadly, I won't be able to back this until next week or the week after, but I'm going to back it. Yep.
Okay. It doesn't, well, they don't charge you until the campaign's over anyway. Then there's the collector's editions. You can even get the whole set all over again with, let me scroll down, like the Dragonbane core set. You guys know how this works. I won't get into too much details. And then of course, add-ons, which I love. So if you guys find yourself, this is another thing. This is another sneaky tactic that gets me almost every time. So you go to the pledge manager and you're like, okay, I'm ready to pay. And then you're like, do you want to add anything to your order, sir? Do you want to go large? They're all add-ons. I did add on already the Foundry systems because, we use Foundry. Yeah, we use Foundry, but I think that'll be it. Unless this cloth map tempts me. I don't know. And of course, what I also like about Free League stuff too is you can buy a bunch of their other games.
Yes.
So what's nice about that is you get like a fair price, and then all the shipping is included with your normal backing. So, but yeah, that's it. There's a bunch of tutorials down here at the bottom. Sadly, I didn't see any of our videos. I just thought maybe, because we have reviews and live plays here. Free League, if you're listening. Where are we? We got a bunch of reviews, and then we got some actual play down here. Just saying, Free League. Where are we on this page? I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
Shipping. That's it. So that concludes, I believe, everything. I don't see anything else. It's all early access.
It's all the text.
Just the text version. So we've made it to the end of this long Kickstarter scroll. I'm pretty stoked on this. I've been waiting for more Dragonbane content for a long time. Thankfully, we're not caught up all the way yet. We still got Path of Glory to go.
Right.
And by the time we wrap that up, this one will be released, most likely.
Yep, most likely. Cool. I want to check one thing. You guys can't see what I'm checking because it's not my screen being shared. But let's say, okay, so you can add. So what I did was I went to like I was going to go pledge because I was interested in the fact that you can add their other games as well.
Yep.
The One Ring core rulebook, if I added it, it would be $568. But I just wanted to see on their website, I wanted to see if there's any kind of discount for adding them through here versus buying it directly from their website, because they're also listed that way on their website. So the One Ring book is $568. Okay, so it's that normal price. I was just curious.
Yeah, it's not discounted, but I think you're going to save with the shipping because everything's going to be lumped in together.
Correct. Yeah.
That's where you're going to save, unless you order a lot of add-ons, I guess.
I think the thing I'm most excited for sure is the spells. And it's making me a little conflicted because I kind of wanted to play a knight for Path of Glory, but then there might be new spells that we get to incorporate during the campaign because it's coming out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see.
I think that's what I would do. I mean, we'll start the campaign before this comes out, but also if you guys decide, somebody is a mage and decides they want to swap some spells, I would totally allow that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, just to add some variety. Cool, man. Anything else you want to chat about before we drop?
Don't forget that we have, we're going to be doing a new Bestiary Boys for the dragon, adult dragon. And if you enjoyed the first one,
not for kids.
If you enjoyed the first Bestiary Boys episode, thank you for watching it. And don't forget that if you have any kind of creative art or writings or anything that is adult dragon themed, send them our way, and so we can show them on the next episode.
We got one so far that I'm excited to show you guys. It's pretty funny. So submit your adult wink dragons for the next episode. Get it to us by Saturday night, because we're going to go live on Sunday. I think that's going to be the release schedule. And yeah, thanks again for checking it out. It is a massive launch for our channel. I think we're at the time of this recording, we're very close to 300 views, which for our tiny channel, our infinitesimal channel, that's awesome. So yeah, Stoked for the Kickstarter. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for watching. And let us know, are you going to back this? Do you have any questions? What are your thoughts? What are you most excited for? Like the video, subscribe, you know, the whole YouTube thing. And, or did you want to say something, Joey?
Real quick, before we go, just off the top of your head, what would you want the next Kickstarter to be? Now that we know what this one is, what's the next thing you want for Dragonbane?
Well, I think we already kind of know. There's going to be an expert rules book coming out at some point where it's going to be like more advanced rules. I know there's another adventure that was penned by I guess he's one of the veterans of the old Dragonbane stuff. So I don't know if it's going to be a campaign book or an adventure, but yeah, that's what I know so far. Check out the Dragonbane Discord server where all the news is kind of dropped pretty early.
If I could pick anything though, I would love a line of physical model miniatures. I love the pawns that they release, the cardboard pawns, but I would love, you know, like plastic or even pewter miniatures of these creatures. That is in the works,
actually.
What?
Yeah, there's a full line. Like I said, if you go to the Dragonbane Discord, you'll see all this stuff in the announcements. Yeah, there's a full line coming out. So yeah.
I live under a rock, everybody.
No worries, man. You can't keep up with all of it.
Well, that's all for me. That's all I got.
Cool.
This is great news for me, actually.
Yeah, it's all great. So you're learning a lot of good stuff. Live. Cool.
Live.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you in the next video.